UFO Mike Cody. This is for a gentleman that requested to see a real UFO disc fly in the sky. I filmed it this evening for you. Thank you for your request. Guy says, for some reason I just trust you. Well, I appreciate that. That actually means something to me, sir. I try. Just me and my larger consciousness system. It's going to come from the bottom right corner. It's going to turn on a dime and go the opposite direction. It's going to start boom, boom, boom. There you go. That's what they look like. I got excited over that because, as you can see when I start the video, I just go ahead and point to that section of the sky. I've been taught a little bit of how to look for distortions and things of that nature from the larger consciousness system. I think we live in a simulation, but anyways, it's a disc, and yes, it's not ours. Okay, we don't do that. That's why when I go to the air shows, I'm always like, yeah, that sucked, because I don't see what everybody else sees. Of course, I can see the F-35 fly by. I'm not saying that. It's just I'm able to see these things. So, and you can hear me. Like the second that thing comes on, I'm already screaming because I anticipate it. So, I just wanted to thank the larger consciousness system for letting me share that with you guys. With that larger consciousness system, I would not be able to do any of this. So, sir, you asked me a direct question. I'm not going to give you something like, Stephen Greer did, where he went to Vero Beach and where the clouds were, he dropped these huge fireball testicle things that flew down, which are giant flares. My stuff actually is in outer space. It's not dropped off, hidden in a cloud line, and then all of a sudden falls in the Atlantic Ocean where there's no cigarette boat to verify where it landed. There's no jet ski. Hey, it's all jet ski and see where they are, And then it's even more confusing because when those anomalies were being dropped, the first thing you said was they're not flares. And you said that because they are flares. They're giant military flares. And that video was done to make Dr. Greer look like he was a god. He was the messiah of the UFO community. And it's not true. Anybody can be an experiencer. Anybody can film these things. You don't have to know Vanahan von Liechtenstein, what is that, Frankenstein's evil twin brother or something? Who the hell is that guy? The Clintons or Jeffrey Epstein? You don't need to know those people. Okay? You don't need to know any of that crap. You don't have to be, first of all, I had to debrief the Pentagon with the UFO situation. Greer, let me explain something to you. In this day and age, if the Pentagon wants to know what you have in your database and your computer, they're just going to hack into your fucking computer. They don't need you anymore. They don't need you. They do that to me all the time. Like, oh, we want to interview you, and all of a sudden, they send an email. I open the email up like an idiot, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, the person that sent you the email, that email doesn't exist. Well, if it didn't exist, then how did it get to me in the first place? Yeah, get it? Right. So, it's 2021. So we got to go in there and debrief who? Whatever they're going to find it anyways. They're just going to hack your stuff. This would have been a classified video, by the way. NASA would never show you something like this. And my things go and zoom and they go up in outer space. They're not dropped, okay? They're not dropped from a cloud and then these fireballs drop into the ocean, okay? Because the planes are hidden in clouds. And drop into the ocean and then they go away. And then people are like, hey, well, what happened to the fireballs? Well, I don't know how smart these viewers over there are, the kids that you were with, Dr. Greer, but I learned very, very early in my life that, if you have fire and you pour water over it, the fire will be extinguished. Not sure what those people knew. Not the sharpest tools in the drawer there. But anyways, sir, that's for you. That's what they look like. Okay. Object comes from the bottom right here. How did I film it? I filmed it because I can sometimes not 1,000%. Believe me, it's a learning curve. But sometimes I just see a distortion. I see a toroid or electromagnetic field, and I feel like something's going to come into this reality, and bang, here it was. I nailed it. I got it. So that's what they really look like. It's 100% legitimate. I know this is a very grainy type video, but you wanted honesty. You wanted to see what they really look like. Okay, so for the people who keep telling me, well, why can't you stay with it? It's like, hey man, I'm not God. Okay. I work with the larger consciousness system, and I request things sometimes, but I don't always get what I want immediately. This happened today. So this must have been important for you for some reason, sir. I'm guessing that. I'm guessing you needed some validation or something that would prove to you that these things are real and they're not ours. And yes, they're not. This is not fake, sir. It's not fake. Okay, this is what they look like. All right. Nothing was ever given to me. Everything I've worked very hard for. I did have an experience, but I built upon that and learned the truth about my reality. And I'm thinking for some reason this is important to you. And I'm glad that you asked me because I am being honest with you. And this is, for what it's worth, this is what it looks like. We don't have anything that's going to stop on a dime and go the opposite direction and then shoot up to space. Okay? So it is real. It is a disc. And I'll show you the disc shape in the beginning. Watch this. I don't want to waste your guys' valuable time trying to pause and pre-frame this, but there's a disc. It's a Bob Lazar sports model. Look at that, huh? The reason why I film from a distance, guys, is because when I use the other option in my camera phone and zoom in on this screen, I get all these weird lines and it looks terrible. And I know this is not the best way to show people things. I can upload this directly, but I'd rather not because I'm lazy. I'm not really lazy. It's just, I think if I were to upload these things and not explain it, I would imagine people would not understand anything they're looking at. Anyways, there it is. Yeah, it made a turn and it stopped and shot straight up there. So I'm very excited about that. So it was cool. It was fun. Thank you for your request. I think this is something that I feel good about. I think this is something that you needed to see or wanted to see, and no one's ever really asked me to show them something like this. So I have more of these anomalies I could show you, but this one is one I did for you today, and it must have been very important for me to get this video for you, because I had other ones I could have showed you, but I filmed it today. So that tells me the larger consciousness system is thinking about you and help me film this for you. This is a really nice one. And I think you should be expecting an anomaly very soon for yourself, sir, based on the sincerity of your email. So I would be on the lookout for a nudge within the next 60 days or so if you look at the sky. That's my prediction. That's my thought. So, because you requested something that I was able to film the very next day for you. I have an archive of stuff I could have chose, but I just decided to go out there and try to just do it on the fly, and it worked. That doesn't always work that way. The larger consciousness system sometimes will give me what I asked for, but it takes time. In this case, it did it right away, and that tells me something that that this was important to you, and that you needed to see something like this. So I'm just going to share what I think, and that is you are going to have an experience of your own very soon. Thank you, sir.